Everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into a hot topic that's got the tech community buzzing: developer productivity. Especially, we are going to talk about recent claims that productivity can be measured with precision. Sounds groundbreaking, right? But what if I told you that some approaches might do more harm than good? Stick around to find out why. First, what is a fuzz? Recently, an article was published claiming that there is a definitive way to measure developer productivity. I guess it was published by McKinsey. The response was a mix of skepticism, skepticism. Sorry, my English sometimes, yeah, fall off, and outright frustration. Some industry veterans have even called the approach naive. Others believe it's a sign of a growing need for understanding how software teams work. Today, we will unpack what makes measuring developer productivity so challenging and what we can do about it. Let's start with a fundamental question: what happens when you measure things? At a major tech company, one experienced engineer observed firsthand how measurement can spiral out of control. It began with survey to gag or yeah gag developer sentiment, a good start, but soon those surveys turned into scores. Then those scores started influencing performance reviews, and before long, managers were gaming the system to boost their team's score. The result? Metrics improved, but the actual work, the part that delivers value to customers, suffered. This is a textbook case of there is a textbook case of good hands law, which saying when a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be good to become a good manager to become a good measure. So why measure productivity? So why basically do CEOs and CFOs care so much about measuring developer productivity? For them, it's about accountability. Sales team have quotas, recruitment teams track hires. Why should engineering be any different? And this where many frameworks come in, offering metrics that sounds impressive, but do they work? Critics argue that focusing on effort and output, things like lines of code or tickets closed, misses the bigger picture. Customers don't care how many tickets you close, they care about outcomes and impact. Okay, let's introduce a mental model that works better for understanding productivity: effort, output, outcome, and impact. First, effort: planning, coding, testing. Output: delivers like features and documentation. Outcomes: customer behavior changes like fewer onboarding issues. Impact: business value like increased revenue or customer retention. By focusing on outcomes and impact, you align engineering goals with business success. But there is a catch: measuring outcomes and impact is much harder than counting lines of code. That's why many frameworks settle for easy to measure but ultimately less meaningful metrics. Okay, let's talk about trade offs. Measuring effort and output is easy, but changes but it changes behavior in unintended ways. Developers start optimizing for the metric rather than the goal. On the flip side, measuring outcomes and impact creates alignment with business objectives but makes it harder to attribute individual contributions. The trick is finding the right balance. Okay, let's try to go next because okay, yeah, sometimes Emiro doesn't work as I want. Next thing we need to talk about, what should we measure? Here is two strategies we can think about. The first thing, customer facing deliverables, like aim for at least one customer facing output per team per week. It's a simple but effective. Number two, business impact, like reward teams for delivering measurable measurable business value. For example, saving 2 million through a configuration change might be more valuable than feature that took months to build. Frameworks like DORA and SPACE also provide solid starting point for measuring outcomes and impact without falling into the effort output trap. Final thoughts. Measuring developer productivity is not just about choosing the right metric. It's about understanding the trade-offs and aligning your measurement with what truly matters. Outcomes and impacts. Certain approaches may seem tempting, but they risk harming engineering culture rather than helping it. So, before you roll out a new measurement framework, ask yourself, is this helping my team deliver better results or just gaming the system? That's it for today's video, and yeah, I hope you like my video.